as a supervillain would say upon seeing some superheroes. Well, what do we have here? Two superheroes. Twirl mustache or whatever you want. But yeah, we have two superhero-themed episodes of DuckTales I'm going to be reviewing in this one review. I thought it would be good to combine these two because they're both superhero episodes, which I think is great. So, I'm John Berry, and welcome to another DuckTales 2017 review. And today, I'm going to be reviewing two episodes of Season 2. Episode 15, The Dangerous Chemistry of Gandra Dee, and Episode 16, The Duck Knight Returns. Both of these are superhero themed. The Dangerous Chemistry of Gandra Dee is a Fenton episode or a Gizmo Duck episode. I feel like it's more of a Fenton episode than a Gizmo Duck episode. Even though they are essentially the same character, this deals with Fenton as himself being Gizmo Duck and being himself more than Gizmo Duck as a hero, if that makes sense. But it's still superhero themed, which I enjoyed. And this episode also features the return of Mark Beeks. And man, does he just embody everyone's criticisms of what a millennial is, and Generation Z, I believe is. Just embodies what people say is wrong. I personally think he embodies what everyone thinks is wrong with the tech industry and what might actually be wrong with the tech industry. And the Duck Knight Returns, well, first of all, it's obviously the title is a play on the Dark Knight Returns. And it's a Darkwing Duck episode, so we get some good launchpad moments in this episode. And yeah. Let's see, we get to see, of course, how that in the DuckTales universe, that Darkwing Duck is an old TV show its finale aired and it ended on a cliffhanger, so we don't know what happens next. And then, of course, and apparently a new reboot is being made of it. And nobody told the original actor. I gotta say, how would the original actor not realize that? But another thing too, the character of the original actor, which his name is a play off of the actor who voiced Darkwing Duck. I think it's even the same actor. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure for sure. But yeah, and I believe the original actor was Jim Cummings, and so they use that as a play for the actor who played Darkwing Duck in universe, if that makes sense. And the characterization is very much the negative aspects of Darkwing Duck's characters in the original series, the arrogance and wanting people to know who he is. And then they introduce a new character who looks very much like it, and is the actor who's playing Darkwing Duck in the in-universe reboot that's being made by Scrooge McDuck's movie studio, which mainly makes safety films. And then there's a bunch of other things going on, but those are the basic premises of each episode. Oh, and also, note to self, you can say, Dewey should not make films. Cause he just wants things to be bright, flashy, and have fun. No, very much more surface level. He will make a better, the triplets will make, I think, a better person to make a film. But let's go back to the Dangerous Chemistry of Gandra Dee, cause there's a few more things going on there. So, Gandra Dee is a kind of an independent scientist, mostly who wants to be an independent scientist, but she teams up with Mark Beeks to get funding for her research, and because of that, she needs to help Mark Beeks, get an audio recording of Fenton saying the password for Gizmo Duck, the I can't even say it, Blazing Bavoskyte, something like that, I can't say it. And then, of course, and traditional things, and everyone Huey and Webby thinks it's a date, Launchpad thinks everyone, but Fenton, apparently. But, Gandra Dee, of course, because she's kind of helping Mark Beats with this, is, wants to be, kind of in that mind if I can kind of get her close enough to Fenton to get him to say it. And he does say it. Because like I say, Mark Beats was so impatient, and they used his own ego against himself when he realized he couldn't. They started out, look, you're trending. I don't know, they might have made that up, but then Mark Beats realized he could no longer use a phone, and that's because Gandra Dee had developed a serum and used her nanite technology to essentially be able to and so they could transform Mark Beats into essentially above superhero. And I gotta say, Mark Beats is like the worst character to look up to, which I think is what it's supposed to be, because he's my least favorite character. But at the same time, he's excellently written. He's my least favorite character because of his character, not because of how his character is handled. If that makes any sense to you. But yeah. And it's a good episode, but I really didn't care for it. The best part was when Mark Beats was on screen, because I just love laughing at him. Because he's just so stupidly and idiotically self-centered is really the best way of putting it. His ego is so inflated. It is. Oh, and of course, apparently Fenton also has developed a spray that makes everything taste like glazed donuts. And I would love that. Scientists, please work on that. Might actually help me like some foods that I know will be healthy for me to eat. I just don't like celery. I know it'd be healthy for me, I just don't like the taste. But if there was a spray that made it taste like glazed donuts, I would like that. I really would. And then, of course, Fenton has also developed essentially a ping pong ball that's made of a material that can basically create energy. And Gandra Dee actually gives him some stuff that makes it more stable, which is great, and he's able to power at least a light bulb. I'm wondering where this goes. And then, of course, Gizmo Duck, and he has a whole book of people who know who... So Fenton has a book listing all the people who know he's Gizmo Duck. So, Huey, Dewey, Webby's now on that. At the start of this episode, she figures it out. Scrooge is on there. Guy was on there. I think he had his barber on there. And I think he also had... Oh, I think he had like like a barber or something on there. He just wrote his entire block or neighborhood, something like that line. It's just like a whole list of people who know that he Gizmo Duck. It was just great reading those names. But I noticed that Louis was not on there. Which I think is kind of neat. That not everyone knows. Of our main characters would be the ones most likely to know. Of course. Yeah. A few more things about this episode. Not too much more. So I still don't know. Does Fenton's mother know whether or not he's Gizmo Duck? It's so unclear to me. Maybe she suspects, but doesn't know for sure. Or she knows, but Fenton thinks she doesn't, which I think is actually the best way of doing it. Because I always think, with Peter Parker, I always think Aunt May actually does know he's Spider-Man, just never lets on that she knows. I don't read much Spider-Man comics, or watch much Spider-Man, because I'm not huge on superheroes outside of, the DC animated universe. That is literally where I go for superheroes. Even though it's old, it's great. And 1960s Batman, that's just good humor there. But yeah, I kind of like that kind of stuff is where I go for superheroes. So I don't know too much, but I do like the idea that, the parental figure of the hero knows there's a superhero, just doesn't let them know that they know the superhero. So yeah, there's that. But let's go back to the other, in my thing was the better episode, The Dark Knight Returns. So as I said, it's a Darkwing Duck episode, essentially. So, and there's some good stuff in there. As I mentioned, there's this person who's looked up to Darkwing Duck, just like Launchpad, and really has done much more to model his life after Darkwing Duck than Launchpad ever did. And then, of course, Scrooge has a movie studio. Oh, there was this one scene where Dewey, like, why didn't you tell me you had a movie studio with some other stuff? And Scrooge literally says, this is why, referring to what Dewey was saying right there. And Dewey's like, yeah, that makes sense. Which is just great, I guess. It was some good enjoyment. And I just kind of like the idea that Scrooge, like, he said he hadn't seen a movie since the 30s, so he still like the idea that villains would have a mustache that they can twirl, which was neat. And that apparently his movie studio only makes safety films. I think Scrooge needs to get a bit more well versed in some movies. Because regardless of what universe you're in, he's a bit behind in the times in that regard. Especially since he has his own studio, he can certainly afford to watch some movies. All he needs to do is help fund some movies that will make him money and just go watch those. Simple as that. But yeah. So as I said way earlier in this review, that a Darkwing Duck reboot film was being made going dark, gritty, that kind of stuff, which we're seeing a lot with the DC extended universe Zero movies, dark, gritty, and it makes sense. The title of this is The Dark Knight Returns, which is a play on The Dark Knight Returns, which was a dark and gritty Batman movie. And Batman is probably the closest analog of heroes we have to Darkwing Duck. And then stuff going on, and there's of course like a small feud. Oh, I should say, the original actor who played Darkwing Duck is like obsessed with Darkwing Duck and want people to recognize him as a person who played Darkwing Duck. As I mentioned earlier, very much in line with the personality, the character flaw, you can say, from a character arc perspective, you can say, like, the bad side of the character, the flaw that makes a good dynamic character. His flaw in the original show is literally what he is in here. And he literally goes crazy with wanting to be recognized as Darkwing Duck and play Darkwing Duck. And so the ending sequence, the ending action sequence, if you will, of the film is literally a standoff, a fight between the original actor and the new actor. And then, so all that goes on. Launchpad goes to turn on the movie studio's Rainmaker to stop a fire that accidentally gets set on because it's just a crazy scene. And then he has a good moment where he's making sense, which has only happened once or twice before in the series. And Scrooge comments on that Launchpad is actually making sense or sounding profound. And then Dewey says he knows really a lot of stuff about this one thing, with being that Darkwing Duck. Of course, behind him is an electrical thing that's about to blow up. So the new actor pushes on him. Then the original actor for Darkwing Duck pushes him out of the way. And explosion. And he's gone. Or is he? Seriously, or is he is what happened. But I'm not going to get there quite yet. Because then we find Darkwing, the new actor for Darkwing Duck and Launchpad have a conversation, and of course they mention Gizmo Duck a few times being the superhero of Duckburg, and Launchpad makes the comment that instead of just playing Darkwing Duck, why don't you be Darkwing Duck? So I have a feeling we're going to be getting some more Darkwing Duck themed episodes, or should I say literal Darkwing Duck episodes in this DuckTales series, and we'll see Launchpad as a sidekick. Maybe we'll even get the return of, I believe the girl's name was Gosling, that in the original series that Darkwing Duck adopted, of course in his real identity. Or is that his alternative identity? something to consider. But if we could return to that character, that would be kind of neat. Now the question is, besides Launchpad, will they ever have a firm connection with the rest of the DuckTales characters? I don't know, and in a way, I kind of hope not, except for like 1 or 2 episodes spread out across the series. Like, I don't want it to be too often. They can know of each other, that's fine. I wouldn't mind that, but I wouldn't want regular interaction except for with Launchpad. I would like them to do that. I don't know if they will. They probably won't, but if they can mention it from time to time, that would be good. Allude to it like in a newspaper or something, that would be great. But as I said earlier, was the original actor killed? No, he wasn't, but he has gone fully insane in this show. Yeah, listen, I'm hoping I'm not making you guys more confused. But it's crazy, and like the coloring has, the purple and black coloring has come out of his costume. His Darkwing Duck costume, and guess what it looks like? It looks like the costume of Megaduck now. And of course he's now in the sewers and he's totally insane. So, I think we're gonna be returning to this. So, we literally have Darkwing Duck and his biggest nemesis, his lookalike, known as Megaduck. I wonder what they're gonna be doing. But there you go, my reviews of these 2 superhero-themed episodes of DuckTales. One last thing before I finish up my video, I totally forgot to tell you what was the name of the new actor for Darkwing Duck. It was Drake Mallard. Literally the name used by Darkwing Duck in Darkwing Duck for his non-Darkwing Duck identity. And because Drake Mallard, they're both other terms used for ducks. Mallards and drakes. Another term to use. It's kind of like, literally if you called somebody, if a man was known as man-human, like, oh, human man, like, that was somebody's actual name. That's like how Drake Mallard is, which is just great. But I do like that another continuity pulling in, like, the soft, like, this character, this new Darkwing Duck is literally more the softer, the more empathetic, the less egotistical side of Darkwing Duck. While the old Darkwing Duck in the universe, the actor, is the worst side of Darkwing Duck. His ego, his vain, and all that stuff. Which I think is just kind of neat, that little contrast right there. But at this, I think I'm going to end my video. So, thank you for watching this review. Let me know what you thought of these episodes down below. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Also, subscribe to my channel for all of my future content, DuckTales reviews, Madame of Rizal reviews, and a bunch more Star Wars, of course. So yeah, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. Remember, Darkwing Duck is a terror that flaps in the night.